class all day. Just think about it, you know, when you're at home. What you want to do is, you know, you watch a guy on TV like Justin Rose or Adam Scott, their spines are perfect, straight up and down. So you can either lay on the floor or go back up against the wall and just try and get your entire spine on that wall, all right? And it's really hard to do. It's really hard to get your lower back and your neck on the wall. Just see if you can do it, all right? And you can do it here. You can use my spot. Just feel like the gap here. Is that up? And push against here. Push against here. All right, there you go.
That's hard.
It's hard. Yeah. Everything. Everything. So now, push against my hand. There you go. All right, now, get that neck. There you go. Try and do it both at the same time. All right. So work on keeping your spine straight. The best place to do it is on the floor. All right. Get on your back. You can pull your knees up and then just basically feel your spine straight against, and that's where you want to be when you're hitting a golf shot. So what happens to us is while you're in class all day, you're sitting like this writing, your spine's getting a little crooked there, and you get used to it, and then you're watching TV, or you're at your computer and you're getting a little crooked. So it gets harder to straighten it out. And just one of those things you guys can work on. Just be aware of. The straighter your spine is, the better you're going to play, the better you're going to be aimed. See, this guy here kind of reminds me of it. Let's look. Stop right there. Stop right there. Get set up again. Get set up. Push your chest up. Really weird? Try and hit one with it. Let's just see what happens.
Should we fit this?
I guess if yes.
Feel bad?
If
Feel different?
Yeah.
So.
Which tournament did you say they're holding here?
what's that?
What tournament did you say they're holding here?
A Met, the Met Open, right?
Met Open.
Yeah,
In
on the East Course, right?
It's a local tournament,
Yeah.
so it's not like it's not like the U.S. Open by any means, but for local.
There's usually an amateur tournament here this summer, right?
They shut down the course for the whole week.
I think for the U.S. Open,
Oh,
it's- the U.S. Open,
This
they-
one was close for a while, I remember.
yeah. Well, it's back in 5 years, but I don't think they can. I don't think they can touch the. I think the agreement was they're not doing anything to the East Course this time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or that. I mean, he would know more.
I know they tried to get it here, I think, like this year, a couple years ago, and then that didn't pass. But now I know it's in 2020.
Yeah, I remember it being here in 06.
Yeah, I remember. I went in 06. I remember because my grandparents used to live right off Fenimore. And
Oh,
they used to
cool.
live right on the golf course. So like you could go, like in the mornings, like before it would start, we could just go to the fence and watch, and then we could come in the afternoons.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
I know when the Masters was here in 1996, they had like a little gate, so they gated up the whole thing. But my
So your
grandpa,
ball's going a little
I think he was the lawyer for the club.
Wow.
So they
Okay, so
put
your
a
cup face is just shut.
gate there, so you could just go, come and go whenever you want.
Wow.
Yeah, it's quite cool.
That is cool. I would love to get the team in 5 years to see if we could like take half the team one day and half the team the other day, like Thursday and Friday in June.
Yeah, I get that. That's perfect time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely a cool experience.
Yeah. Did they rip it up a lot, or they did like?
Yeah. I mean, it's just the common in the grandstands and like all the tents.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like destroys
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, see, we're used to doing we've done a bunch of majors,
Mm-hmm.
big tournaments, which are a real inconvenience for the members, to give up the course for a year, they're the type of tournaments where they're very inconvenient.
Right.
When the Met Open, they'll come in, play the tournament for the week, and then you wouldn't even know they were there. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there's no grandstands, there's no scoreboards, there's none of that. So
Last summer, what was here? There was like an amateur tournament, right? There was something cup.
I don't remember
It was 2 summers ago.
The last thing of
I
significance.
know there was an amateur tournament 2 summers ago.
Mm.
I forget what it's called though.
I mean, we have a couple tournaments like, nothing, we have the Anderson that we do
Yeah,
every
Yeah,
year.
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
But that one is, that's a club tournament, so it's not a big deal. I mean, it's something we choose to do. It's not like we're hosting it. All right, good shot. Very nice. Yeah, see, club face just got a little left again.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's right down the pipe.
Good driver.
You want to start? No, you start.
Mhm.
You start with the 3 wood.
Whatever you want to hit, it's fine. Doesn't matter. You can move that yellow stick too if it bothers you. But actually, let's not do that. All right. The longer clubs our misses will probably be exacerbated by or so. Let's see how he does. Pretty good. Nice and straight. Ooh. That was a big one. Here's the reboot. Wow. Yeah, I don't know what happened with that last one. That was a misread. We should be going a little further now.
I didn't get the first one out well, okay. So that leaves tomorrow.
Yeah, that was
I'm actually doing this workshop at school tomorrow.
Yeah, Mr. Donner was telling me. You have like a bunch of different programs you guys can choose, right?
Yeah, and the first one I'm doing is it's pain-free golf. I think it's like exercises. I don't know if it's stretching or actual like physical exercises for golf that help and keep it pain-free. There's some physical activity stuff too. There's like school elementary teachers are doing one that was like a body weight like boot camp type of class. I didn't get into any of these like physical ones. They put me in like a nature walk. The golf one I'm glad I did.
Is this the first year they're doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was just gonna be like a conference day.
That's what we're doing because one of the district's goals this year is like teacher wellness. And they took like a survey of how much teachers exercise, and it was like it was shockingly low. About like the percentage of people that exercise like every day was like 7% or something.
Was there any meetings tomorrow?
What?
Is there any meetings tomorrow for you guys or not?
No, like that's what we do. We go to these like workshops all day. So I'm gonna do the golf one, and then
No school tomorrow?
it's a teacher conference day.
Like a fun day.
There was a Pilates one, a yoga one. I wanted to do those, but I didn't get into that. Yeah, that's
Maybe a little more further walk for staff parking.
yeah.
Switch it up a little.
Yeah.
bit.
All right.
something with, I'm doing another one with like those rollers, you know, that you see people use at the gym, where they like roll their legs and their back.
I mean, you look to be in pretty good shape, but like, I
Beautiful.
guess some teachers need to,
Yeah.
you know,
Foam roll is actually a good
Yeah.
thing for golf.
Yeah, I'd like to like see more or less how to use it, you know, in like good ways, because I just
Yeah.
probably for your, what, back or legs or everything.
Your, it should be, hamstrings, obviously, get a
Yeah.
little tight sometimes, so you can roll over the hamstrings. And then, the IT band, which runs down the
Oh,
side
yeah.
of your leg,
Mhm.
so that's the other one which you roll that out. If you do it before you play, sometimes you see immediate
Are we hitting
results.
drivers? Are we supposed to hit drivers as well?
Yeah, you can hit drivers off that tee, so.
I had pretty bad tennis elbow last year. It shut down the majority of my golf season. And then while it was bad, I had a trip planned to Scotland. And
Tennis elbow is more,
I got it on my left. The left side started out
there's
here.
one on the inside and one on the outside.
Yeah, I didn't get the golfers one. I got the tennis
Yeah.
one. Started out here. It came all the way down, and I couldn't. It took me 6 months to get rid of it. I had to completely shut down upper body exercise. Pull-ups would kill me. That's what like did me in. I think a lot of like gripping and trying to like heavy pulling is what I think did my forearm in.
Good one. Drivers, the balls are gonna start flying, so once in a while, we just gotta, let's see what you got there. 252, nice. Club face open, 1.2, 1.2, those are good numbers.
Mm-hmm.
If you see your path is 3, 4, 5 degrees open, it's gonna start to, or your club face is open and your path is, unless those numbers mirror each other. So I would think this thing, his path got a little out of whack there. Let's look and see. It's inside out 1 to 4, but his club face was closed 4.0. Good speed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, missed it.
Push it back.
So one of the other major things that you guys should just be aware of is, centeredness of contact. You guys know it when you hit one on the face, right? It feels good. You hit it solid. It's huge for distance. When you miss-hit the center
you
of the
could feel
face,
it, on the heel of the club.
you miss that center of the club face by, a millimeter. It starts to cost you yardage. The more you go off the center of the club face, the more distance you're gonna lose. So, centeredness of contact is more important than anything when it comes to distance. So, you talk about making a bigger, longer swing, those things aren't gonna, they're never gonna be trumped by hitting the ball in the center of the club face.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you have to swing easier to hit it solid, it'll go further,
Yeah.
always.
Just because I'm not closing.
So he lost that one,
I'm
way
not
over right
closing
there.
enough, right?
Well, that one didn't even read. I assume it probably
Whenever I
didn't
do that, I
pass.
just feel like I don't turn my wrist off.
Because it has multiple balls detected, so maybe that's why.
No, I'm not
You
closing.
need a green check mark up there, which you don't have right now.
Try moving that ball there.
Yeah.
I think that's why.
Ball
There you go.
there, that's right. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Nice shot. That'll be in the fairway. Okay, let's see your distance. 265, nice.
Thank you.
He had,
That's good. That's good swing speed.
pretty good distance, swing speed.
Yeah.
A little too much spin. You got 3,000 RPMs.
How do you decrease the spin in a lot?
It's hard to decrease
Yeah.
spin. Spin is created by angle of attack.
Yeah.
So the more you hit down on the ball, the more spin you're going to impart. So the minimum spin, I mean, you're going to have Tour Pro shoot. See, he had 4,100 spin rate on that one.
Yep.
All right. You know, ideal spin rate is around 2,500. So that's a lot of spin. So every shot has spin. So people say, "Oh, I don't spin it." You know, like everyone's spinning. It's just a matter of how much. And the best indicator of 5,000 spin. So that's a lot. But he's got a lofted metal wood. So as you go from a driver to a wedge, you're going to have more spin. Of course, like a wedge, you're getting more spin.
When I got fitted for a new driver last year, my pro was trying to get me to hit
Hit up on it.
hit up on it more.
Yeah, that's a good thing for reducing spin.
Yeah, I just got that club.
So if you think about it, like when you hit down on a wedge, you're
Yeah.
putting a ton of spin on it. So if you're doing that with your driver, any downward angle of attack is going to impart more spin. So with an iron, downward angle of attack is good.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do. You want to kind of hit down on it, take that divot in front of the ball, and that'll give you a good result most of the time. With a wood, as you get more towards your driver, you want to have more of a sweeping swing. So that's why we kind of move the ball position up a little bit as the club gets longer, and then try and hit up on it. So. One of the best, when you play the wind, you'll really get to see your spins exacerbated by the wind.
Yeah.
So, if you hit, when you're dead into the wind and you gotta hit, whatever club, say you're trying to hit a 7-iron over water or over a bunker, and, you get down on it and you put a lot of spin on it, and now you're into the wind is just gonna eat that thing, it's gonna upshoot, and it's gonna come up short of your target all the time. So, sometimes in that scenario, obviously maybe you'll move the ball back, but the thing to do is probably swing a little easier, so you won't put any spin on it and the ball will go through the wind easier.
Playing,
But the wind will always tell you, like if you're practicing, if you go to the range and the wind is in your face or right to left, whatever, the wind will tell you exactly what your ball's doing. If you're spinning it too much.
see that hole down there right by the water mill, the only water hole?
Yeah.
A lot of balls. So expansive, seeing a lot of balls in the wind just kind of fade off.
Wingfoot's,
There's not much water here though. There's only
luckily there's not that much water and,
There's only that big pond and a little creek.
yeah.
Goes through. Over the water here.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of all of them.
There's a huge body of water.
Four
down
on the east around the water, right?
Yes. And then
And
there's
there's
a
some creeks,
creek
right?
that meanders kind
Yeah.
of across the property. It goes from
Goes up to the par 4.
6 west
Yeah.
behind, and then it goes across 15 east. It used to go
Oh,
through
right.
14 east and then 15 west and 16 west.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same little creek that goes through all 4 holes.
Mm-hmm.
It hides a little bit. There's one hole, par 4.
Six on the west. It's behind the green, and then it's just.
There's one where it's like a creek. There's fairway, creek, another like a small place where you can lay up and the hole.
5.
And if you play your people who's never played before, every single time we're gonna hit a driver. If you hit it well, it just rolls right.
Is that on the far side?
Yeah.
Is that over? Yeah, no.
I can't remember which number.
I think it's 15.
It might be,
Yeah.
And just every time, my dad's told me every time he's played with somebody does it,
What you
whether
really
it's
want
worse,
Yeah.
we'll hit a driver, and then you'll hit a good shot, and it just goes right into the creek.
Mhm.
So if this
I
club,
have no idea.
comes down on the ball, it's going to impart more spin obviously. So.
I don't like that hole down there in the water.
Oh, and the pond and the tower. Yeah.
every single time I
Just
play,
think
there's some
about,
mental
you know,
things to lose.
maybe
Uh-huh.
trying to hit
So I'm playing with it.
the lower side of the ball up. Think about that.
It's not that far to clear. It's only 100 yards to clear, I think.
Yeah, it's I think it's like 2 shots
Yeah.
around it, right? Par 5.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. It goes, there's the water right when you tee
Yeah.
off, and there's another pond.
Yeah.
Not a bad shot, I mean, it's straight.
Straight.
They always try to
it's
clear
not
that.
right
Can't.
Yeah, try to rip it and get on in
I
two.
would say.
Whenever I'm with my dad, I always try to do that.
So,
there.
there's,
It's too far.
there's centeredness
Seen
of
my
contact
before.
is with the
Yeah.
driver.
He's
It's
huge.
the most important thing.
Is he a member here
You're
too?
trying to hit the ball.
All my
Yeah, I
dad's,
did some here.
all my dad's brothers
You
get it.
know, miss hits
Oh,
are,
cool.
everything is exacerbated
Yeah,
with a
you
miss
feel
hit,
it.
Mhm.
so. But sometimes your miss hits will stay in play, which, you know,
In that
it's a
case,
funny
that
game
was,
that way.
yeah, that was good. Sticking straight at least.
You say, hey, I hit it solid, but it went out of bounds. Sounded good. It was good. Did play. Better span, much better. Dropped it by about 1,500. So, whatever you did there worked.
Mhm.
Very good. Nice straight shot, sounded good. Let's see. $3,700, better. You were launching it very, very high. 18 degrees. Let me see this. Yeah, should be okay. All right. Got a little left on you.
Yeah.
You've really done a better job.
Oh wow. Broke the tee.
That happens.
It's playable though.
So we can. Nice and straight.
Yeah, it came off on that one.
I figured it was going to. Let's see what we have there.
Same last year's in the dining room.
Oh yeah, that's what he said.
I just remember that. So, remember the stuff last year.
Is the club open all like through the winter too? Like the rest, like
Oh yeah,
the
we
clubhouse?
can hear you out.
Mhm. Good food.
Yeah, the food's good.
What was I getting for? Is that
I think I'm pretty sure you can play here year round. It's just
If there's not snow, yeah, I think I've heard that in the winters they usually there's.
my dad's when he was younger, like we'd go out like if it was like a nice day, like February.
Mhm.
Like February there's like no snow. The last couple of years you can't do that.
Right.
Like you said, like in March or a couple of years ago, they got the share every day. It was packed.
Wow.
Not packed, but they share every day. There's people here.
Yeah.
So it was like nice like that.
Yeah, the winter kind of started late, like first half of January wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
That was good.
It's got pounded.
punch came down and your spins back up a little bit. Okay. Went after that one. A little bit of a slice.
That's normally what I miss.
Usually hit your driver pretty high or no?
I mean, not like higher than most people, I think, as you can tell. Walnut.
Nice. It's in play. Good. Still a little spinny. Beautiful. Good as an arrow.
Those ones.
Next up.
Yeah.
Is there a bathroom here?
I don't think there is.
That's all.
You know, you can
Yeah.
feel free to use this.
Oh,
You know where to go. If you want to go up to the clubhouse, you can go up
yeah,
there.
I'll just please. Wait,
It's the one drawback. Trying to think if there's one. There's probably one in the,
oh, it is.
almost went under it. Club face left. .232 yards for the hybrid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good distance.
Let me see something. I hate to pick up. That's a good shot. Get ready like you're gonna hit it. Pitch yourself over here on the camera. Now look, where does it look like your weight is focused in this picture right here?
Forward.
Yeah. Doesn't it look like you're almost like leaning on your left leg like this?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it from behind and it looks like your right leg straight before you even take it back. Try and just keep the flex in your right leg and keep your weight evenly distributed. There you go. Sounded better.
Feels weird. Like I've just been doing
Sometimes
that.
weird is different.
Yeah. I've just been like.
Weird
this
is
is
different,
bad.
that's all.
Yeah.
I know, that's where I'm keep trying to think of like straightening my spine.
Do it when you know the best place to do it is in your car.
You're
Uh-huh.
sitting?
Put your car seat upright, not like, not back, not really crazy, just a little bit upright. And then try it, while you're driving, just try and put your entire spine on the back of the seat.
My back's
And then, like I said, lay on the floor.
Mm.
So do that. That was nice, right there. Driver time? Let's do it.
yeah, it's not
It's hard for you, it's hard for the neck,
yeah.
Yeah.
back of the neck.
I don't think I can get my neck to touch.
'Cause we're-
It's so crooked.
But every little bit helps. Something was wrong there. 182, no way. Oh, nice.
Mhm.
237, better.
Mhm. I know.
I can't get the neck.
You just practice.
I feel like
Practice. Rome wasn't built in a day. Lost that one?
Can we cross that a little bit?
That had to be weird. We're getting a negative 1,300 spin. Something went wrong. That was better.
Mhm.
Still not out with Jim. Close though, 252. Those are good numbers, 13.9 is perfect launch. Yeah, that was squirted out of the air like that. Something's wrong with the T or something. Same thing. Minus 227 spin, no way. That's where I put that T.
It's a nice looking one.
Big boy. Nice drive.
Yeah.
65. 2,500 spin was perfect. 101 mile an hour club head speed. It's nice. 20 mile an hour short of Dustin Johnson. 25 maybe. Not bad. To the left. '93, 238. 46 club head speed, that would have been really good.
Yeah. Would have been a long way.
It's nice. Another negative 699 spin. These things register spin with the cameras, so it's, you know, it's not as accurate as say you know, but the TrackMan registers it with satellite, so it actually kind of measures the ball as it goes through the air. So that's probably the better one than this. So this is taking kind of a picture at impact, and then it kind of extrapolates a formula to basically figure out the spin, which is, it's nice, but it's not, you know, it's not dead on it.
How expensive are these machines? How expensive are these machines?
You know, we didn't buy this one, we're borrowing it. But that's always been the problem, is that, you know, the price and the technology have always just been a little, you know, the price is very expensive, and then the technology moves quickly. So like they were getting better and better, and you feel like, oh, I'm gonna spend $30,000, and I'm gonna get something that's gonna be obsolete in a year. So, you know, now they're a lot like, you know, you can run an update on them so that when the technology changes, they get a little, you can stay up with it a little bit. So they've gotten better. So basically, I think the way it works is, you know, you have the basic frame, and then the screen that you hit into, and then this is a projector, and then we have cameras here, here, you know. So basically, the frame is good with the lights and the screen, and then we just have to get like the software updated once in a while. But I think that's it if I understand it better. But they've gotten a lot better.
Yeah, they're cool.
I mean, these guys are trying to sell them so that people would buy them and put them in their garage, you know. So they're trying to sell as many as they can. But I don't know, you really can't fit clubs without it anymore. You know, you need to have something to be able to tell people, okay, your spin rate, you need this shaft to spin it less, or you need, you know, this club is you know,
Are you keeping this in here all year?
What's that?
Are you guys keeping this in here all year?
They're talking about it. I don't know if you know, we redid the pool,
Yeah.
right? They spent a lot of money to redo this employee building, and you know, this was intended to be a storage area. So now they're talking about making it into like a full service, like fittings area, like using this whole building. So I don't know. It's not ideal. They didn't do it. It wasn't designed for this. They built it for storage. If they were doing it, they would have put it down near the range. But reboot.
Have you guys been doing lessons in here?
Yeah, we've been doing it all winter. It's been booked. It's been basically booked,
Yeah.
you know, 24/7. You know, it's like hard to get some time in here. Is the way it works.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that winter's been really bad. Like, there's been no golf. Like normally we get a little bit of winter golf, but
there's been none this year.
once in a while.
I think last year at the start.
What's that?
It's the same thing last year.
Yeah. These last winter, just like this, it was
Yeah, it's gonna hurt you guys.
Yeah, our first match is April 13th, but as far as getting out on the course to practice and for me to see tryouts,
It's got to be killing baseball, right? Like,
you played baseball, right, for a while?
Yeah, and the field at the high school is like,
Still covered in snow.
yeah, it doesn't have a good drainage system, so after it rains or after it melts, it's just gonna get snow.
that's all the fields around here are like that. Like in Rye, I was talking to some kids over there, some of the kids that play baseball in Rye, and they were like, we don't know if we're gonna have any games. It's till May. So you went a little left there, but let's see here. Let's see, 261, not bad. 103 mile an hour, 15 launch. All those numbers are good.
Right.
Just a little spinny.
Yeah.
3,500 spins, a little too much. So, all good.
Yeah,
100
long
mile
term
an
it
hour.
does some damage to the course, right? I'm trying to remember what happened to
What do you mean?
our course last year, like a late winter, the grass is covered by snow for a long time.
That sounded awesome. Really good smash. Let's see. Didn't go as far as the other one. 20-degree launch, 244, 103, so your club hit speed stayed the same. You just hit it a little, I guess. And it came down on it.
Mm.
But- Well, they all swing at 100 miles an hour, so that's,
Mm-hmm.
you know. It's good, they got some club head speed.
Yeah.
Just gotta straighten them out.
So you said Nolan's been in here.
Nolan's a grinder, isn't he?
Yeah.
We'll see, he's at that age, you know. Like, was he like 14, 15?
Uh,
You know?
I think 14. Yeah.
He's got, you know, it's kind of like, he's like into it, you know, like he was into it last summer.
Mm-hmm.
So he should have a good year.
Yeah.
The key is when they're 15 and then 16, you know, they get focused on other things and, you know,
Mm.
rightly so. But, you know, it's hard. You got to keep them
Right.
when they get to that age. Like 14, they can't drive yet. You know, their parents basically, you know, control where they go, you know, for the most part.
Right.
16, 17, all of a sudden, you know, they can get a car, they can go wherever they want.
Right.
Last summer,
Do they want to play golf? I mean, you'll see it then.
Mm-hmm.
So, 218, that must have been a misread or something. It may have been the way I put the T in there. You can tell you popped out enough. Kind of went right under it. You could lower that T if you'd like to. Seven 7,000 RPMs a spin. So. Nice. Keep going, ball. Get a carry out of it. 21.2, 98 miles an hour. Not bad.